This segment sponsored by Peterman Brothers. Committed to their clients and providing great customer service. With me today, I have Chad Peterman with Peterman Brothers. Hi.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you. How are you?
Good.
Good. So you offer an array of services from plumbing, heating, cooling, and so much more. So share with us about Peterman Brothers.
Yeah, so Peterman Brothers was a company started by my father back in 1986. Dad has since went through a semi-retirement, then officially retired, and now myself and my brother run the company. Newer here to the Fort Wayne area, been about a year now. Since we've been here, but yeah, we take care of basically anything in your home that involves your heating, your cooling, or your plumbing system. We have a great team of technicians that can come out, diagnose what your problem is, and then provide you options on how you can potentially take care of an issue.
Okay, awesome. So you've been in Fort Wayne for a year, and what made you make that transition and open up the business here locally?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we saw Fort Wayne. We're originally based out of Indianapolis and then have an office up here in Fort Wayne. I think what originally brought us up here, Fort Wayne's about 2 hours and a few minutes north, but just seeing the community and understanding how we may be able to benefit that, much like we've benefited the customers in some of our other communities. We saw Fort Wayne as an opportunity to come up here and hopefully provide a level of service that people are looking for and want to have in that provider for those particular systems in their home.
Right. Okay. So through the services that you offer, what are some of the primary features that go along with the services that people are really interested in?
Yeah, absolutely. I think at this time of year, as we kind of enter into fall and, we see kind of the holidays around the corner,
right.
One of the biggest things that we're doing at this time of year is heating tune-ups. So getting that furnace looked at, making sure that it's operational. It may have made it through last season, but we want to make sure that there isn't anything that, is on its last leg or anything like that. Make sure that you're not going to have any issues on the coldest day of the year.
Yes.
So that's one of the big ones on the heating side. For the plumbing, it's more so just prep, right? We don't want to set ourselves up as the temperature starts to drop and things start to freeze or issues could arise. So really looking over your plumbing system to make sure that there aren't any potential issues that could come up over the course of the winter months.
Right, and that's so good, and that's maintenance that a lot of people skip because they're like, oh, okay, well, it's going to gradually get colder. Well, last week we hit such cold temperatures and it snowed, as I mentioned before, and that was so surprising. And I know that a lot of people's power went out, and I'm sure pipes froze. And so I love that you provide that type of maintenance and just preventative care. Now, I have a question for you because while these temperatures are growing and decreasing, I feel that it's easy for people to switch on and off their air and their heat. You go home, it's cold, maybe you throw on your heat, but if you're like me, I like to sleep in the cold, so you may throw on your air. How does that do any damage to your system?
Yeah, it shouldn't do any damage to the system. Obviously, I'm in the same boat. I get home at night and it's like, I better turn on the heat, or or wake up in the morning and it's a little chilly in the house. But it's not going to do any damage. I would say if there's any advice, it's to try not to have it fluctuate too much.
Okay.
One of the things that we do at home, especially with the temperature fluctuating, is maybe open up the windows a little bit to get some of that cooler air, rather than adjusting that system, and then finding kind of a baseline, and then you can figure that out as it gets colder outside, and you kind of see how your house reacts. I think the biggest thing to understand with a heating system is there are a lot of other elements outside of the actual system that contribute to the comfort in your home, whether that be insulation or older windows and different things like that are important to take inventory of as you're adjusting that and trying to find out, is my system working, is it not? And those are things that our technicians can help you with, as far as, hey, the system's running fine, but we have maybe a few other things that you could look out for, or you could do to help in the system's performance.
Yeah, okay. And what do you recommend when it comes to the systems that allow for you to set programming to automatically change the time throughout the day. Do you think that's smart? I mean, I guess it's a smart system, but sometimes it seems a little cumbersome.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, as with any technology, right? It's it can get a little complicated before it gets easier. And so typically, what we recommend is a programmable thermostat. Is always a good option for your system. It's going to save on your energy cost. You don't need to heat your home to whatever you want it to while everybody's gone for the day.
Right.
And then, as you mentioned, at night, maybe you like it a little cooler, and so you can set that thermostat back. The one thing, or the one tip that I would give is you don't want that range to fluctuate too much. So, if you typically have it set around 68, you don't want to set it back to 58 during the day.
Okay.
Because you got to think if you have it come back on when everybody gets home, it's got to make up a 10-degree difference perhaps. Whereas just a few degrees, you're going to see that savings on your energy bill. But don't let it fluctuate too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. These are such great tips, and I love the services that you offer. If someone's interested in learning more about your company, where can they go?
Yeah, so if you're interested or have a need or want to perform some of the maintenance that we've talked about, PetermanBrothers.com. You can go right there, select the Fort Wayne location, and you can actually book online now, which is a nice feature. Within a few clicks, you'll get a service call booked, and we can get out there and get you helped out. Or you can give us a call, and we have a lovely call center that will make sure that they get you to the right person and get you taken care of.
All right. Thank you so much, Chad, for sharing this information. And as you heard, it's convenient to book, great customer service, and family owned. We hope you enjoyed that information, and we'll be right back. This segment sponsored by Peterman Brothers.